Purpose hides in pain. Pain is not punishment, it is preparation for what's coming next in your life. Hey y'all, we are back with another video. This video is going to be talking about purpose, what it is to have it, how to stay in tune with your purpose, how to know when you have a call and when you have a purpose, and all things about having your purpose. Because one thing about it, baby, when God calls you, you cannot deny it. You cannot go against it. I also need everyone to know that is watching this video, you have a purpose. Everybody has a purpose on here. Purpose, I feel like, does not have a definitive definition or explanation. It's just something that calls to you that you were put on this earth to do. I believe that my purpose or my calling is to help others. I've always been the type to help others. I've always been the girl who was, head first, willing to take the risk, wanted to see people genuinely happy and thriving. And if I can inspire others, I know that that can inspire others as well. I wanted to break this down before I really get into in depth with the video. Purpose hides in our pain because sometimes we may think that pain is punishment, when in reality, pain is preparation. When you feel uncomfortable, when you feel like it is something that you cannot shake, it is something that you cannot hide from, when you feel like doors are opening for you that you didn't have to force, that you didn't really have to look for, that is when you know you are stepping into your calling. You are stepping in your purpose. Have you ever felt like things were building you towards something even greater, but you may not even know what that greater point is? That is when you can say, okay, what am I leaning towards? What am I leaning into? What am I walking into? You are stepping into your purpose. Little do you know. I lost my job in June. I was terminated just under some very false pretenses, and it didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to me at all. I knew I was a damn good worker. I knew that I put all my time and my effort and my any ability that I could bring, I brought it to that job. When I was terminated, I wouldn't say more so devastated, I was more so relieved because it just didn't feel right working there anymore. I had to take a look at my habits. I had to take a look at what exactly I can learn from this. Because every situation that you go through is not just going to be a my fault, your fault type of situation. You have to be able to take accountability for your actions that played in the situation as well. When I sat back and I thought about it and I looked at these things and I noticed like, dang, you don't get up on time. You have been late consistently. I wrote that down. Another thing was learning what battles to fight. And that's not to say that you're not allowed to voice your opinion or you're not allowed to speak up. However, you do have to pick your battles and you do have to know when it is necessary. Any small bit of change, I felt the need to voice my opinion, and sometimes silence does enough. Sometimes you don't have to voice or share an opinion on everything. I wrote that down. I wasn't grateful for the things that I do have. And that definitely kind of made me change my perception on how I was viewing a lot of things. When I'm looking at this job, I'm looking at the things that were going on, like, yeah, the pay wasn't great, but the pay did what it needed to do. The pay paid my bills. The pay affected me when it was no longer given to me anymore. So it made me really want to take those little things and be happy for what I have instead of complain about what I don't have. Those were some of the things that I'm writing down as I'm just looking back on what has happened within the last month. What has happened while I was at this job? I went through the month of July on TikTok. And I noticed, I got paid from TikTok before. However, I didn't know how far I could take it. The more time went by, I received so many compliments like, oh, you're a great host. Oh, you're a great communicator. Oh, you really know how to talk to a crowd and really, you know, get it going, keep it going. I've always heard these things, but I never took it serious. It was something that I just could not shake. I've always received these type of compliments. By the grace of God, I got another job, and it kind of dialed down because of my training and me having to get up early. All these things that I written down, I wanted to work on it. So I was getting up early. I was going to bed early. I was, you know, being accountable, making sure that I'm getting to where I need to be on time. Whether that's the bus, the train, whether that's a car, a plane, wherever, I'm making sure that I'm there on time. I'm not talking as much as I was. I'm filling things out. I'm learning what it is that I need to do. You know, that had some repercussions. I didn't see the payout no more. You know, people were asking about it and wanting it to happen, but it just wasn't happening because I was just so busy. So that's what made me want to start being more on TikTok and YouTube, being more consistent, being way more consistent. I tell that story to show that it was something that I couldn't shake. It was something that I couldn't just guess. It wasn't something that, you know, I could stop doing. I could stop doing it, but I wouldn't stop hearing about it. And that's what inspired me to go ahead and be consistent. See where it gets you when you actually put in the work and be consistent. I did face obstacles, and that is something important that everybody should know when you are walking into your purpose. You are figuring out who you are as a person and what purpose you serve in the lives of others. It is important to know the obstacles that come with it, and it's so many. It's so different for everybody. Some of the obstacles I faced, or the test that I faced, it was a test of patience, seeing how far can I go without showing frustration. You gotta be patient, and you gotta know when's the time to actually say enough is enough. Sometimes you will be tested before you are trusted. Are you patient enough to receive that trust? I went through a test of character. Do I have integrity? Am I as forgiving as I would like people to be for me? That character building, it does it when you're in the middle of walking into your purpose. Am I the right fit for this? Am I truly being true to me and who I am as a person? Even though it may be changes coming along, even though it may be people to steer you wrong or steer you in the wrong direction, am I able to take it, learn from it, grow from it, and keep it going? I struggle with imposter syndrome a lot. A lot of the times when I'm rewarded, when I have accomplished something, it doesn't feel as deserving because I felt like I didn't do all the necessary things I was supposed to do. No matter what that was, I just didn't feel deserving of it. And that can be a real battle within itself. When you don't believe you deserve the things that are coming to you in your life, your fruits, your blessings, your harvest. When you don't believe that that belongs to you, it is very hard to understand your purpose. I started to think, why is this my purpose? Why am I doing this? Why do I want to do this? It's because it's so many things that follow under my why. It's my generational curses that I'm breaking. It's my legacy that I want to leave for my kids, for my family. I can die tomorrow. What am I leaving? What am I building that could teach others in a positive direction or that can give back to my community? Now it's time for you to stay aligned with your purpose. Know and to trust the slow seasons. And when I say trust the slow seasons, that means you have to be in preparation for the harvest, for the seeds that you have sown. So please, when it is slow, when you feel like you're not doing enough, trust your slow seasons. Create healthy habits. Create the things that you want to see fruit multiply from. So if I want to be a better person, I'm going to work every day on being that better person. That's something that I want to work on. You have to start creating these habits. Say no. If it does not align, if it does not go with it, if it does not make you feel good to do, say no. It is okay to say no. It is okay to turn people down. It is okay to reject the things that you feel as though are not aligned with your purpose. That's more than you can do, and that is more than enough. I feel like God has opened so many doors for me. I ended up getting another job. I got an interview for another job that pays even more than the job that I already have. I ended up getting hired at a restaurant/bar because that's something I wanted to do to help elevate my money, help elevate my looks, and try something new for once in my life. There's so many things that can happen when you're not even thinking about it. Those blessings start coming in when God is showing you like, hey, you've been patient. Hey, you've been trusting me. Hey, you isolated yourself so much. I'm gonna put people that deserve to be around you. Hey, you've been wanting more money. Here go 3 more job offers and they pay more than the job you settled for. Hey, when you start receiving those things, when you start seeing that God is working for you, everything that is happening for you. It is not happening to you. When you start to see that, you move different. You believe more, you manifest more. You write it down in that journal and you get it going. You believe it, you dream it, you think it, and you work hard towards it. I will never be the person to tell somebody that they don't deserve something. Your purpose is your purpose. It's up to you to work towards that purpose and to step in it and use it. If you feel like you know what your purpose is, put it in the comments. What is your purpose? What are you here for? What do you feel as though you can strive towards? If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like this, let me know. And also don't forget to subscribe. We are posting, we're being consistent, we are doing our big one. So don't forget to subscribe. Okay?